HD.
Well guys, it took a while but I'm back. I've managed to get all the footage of the Monday Night Wars that I was missing. I do need to give a special shout out to GetUpMG over on Reddit. He helped hook me up with this, so shout out to you. Fair play lad. Shout out to the thousands of new subscribers. I swear it's completely mad around here nowadays. I can't keep track of it. So let's pick up where we left off just before the second episode of the TNA v WWE Monday Night Raws, which take place on the March 8th, 2010. To recap the last episode, which you can watch on the link on the screen right now, TNA had trialled going up against Raw on the 4th of January 2010, and they did pretty well, achieving a 1.5 rating. They pushed Hulk Hogan as the face of the company. This rating was not to be sniffed at, it's more than SmackDown gets these days. TNA were on Spike TV at the time and the network was pretty impressed with what they were doing. Their aim was for the first show to retain the normal Thursday audience and grow some extra viewers over time. They managed to do that and more. Spike gave TNA the go-ahead to switch to Monday nights permanently, and the Monday Night Wars were officially back on, 2 months after the trial in January. I need to point out that TNA made its first major mistake in the Monday Night Wars on this episode. You'll see what that is as the video progresses. Raw is on the build-up to Wrestlemania at this point and you'll see it mentioned all over the show. So enough recapping, it's 8th of March 2010, the time is 9 PM and it's crackerjack. TNA and Monday Night War are about to go head to head in the second ever episode, so let the battle commence. Let's check out what TNA's doing first. Hogan and Abyss stumble out to the ring. They challenge Ric Flair and AJ Styles to a match tonight. Hogan and Abyss come out to a great crowd reaction. That's probably not for you, Abyss, let's be honest. They end up milking it and play to the crowd for a while. Abyss is truly at his worst here. I truly hated the Abyssomania storyline where he got the Hall of Fame ring from Hulk Hogan, and him and Hogan are best buddies. It turned the monster into a whimpering idiot. They get on the mic and start talking some trash, and then they call out Styles and Flair to challenge them to a match right here and now. Surely they should be saving Hogan vs Flair for the main event at the end of the night, right? Styles is doing his styling and profiling gimmick where he's basically a miniature Ric Flair, apart from his dressing gown has a hood on it. He really reminds me of some wacky Buff Bagwell with all his shenanigans going on. The crowd is hot for this match, but the ref quickly throws the match out after he loses control. Styles cautiously kicks Hogan in the head and then taps him with his foot. Then the lights go out and Sting appears in the ring. Sting acts like he's going to hit Flair and AJ, but instead he turns on Hogan and Abyss. Everyone is confused by Sting's actions. He batters them with a baseball bat and then Abyss and Hogan get levelled with a chair. As Hogan's lying there trying to recover, he grabs the mic and says a match will take place at the end of the night, and this time it will be a no DQ match so they can get their revenge on Flair and Styles. Time to check out what Raw's doing. Nash and Eric Young are in the ring, and they call out Hall and Pack. Eric Young was attacked last week by them, but no recap video is shown. These guys have been hiding backstage for months and still don't have contracts. Nash said they'll fight in a tag team match at the next pay-per-view, and if they can win at the pay-per-view, they'll be granted contracts. Hall and Pack seem completely gone at this point, they can barely walk. Bischoff agrees to the match, but says if they lose, he doesn't want to have to see them ever again. Hall and Nash shake hands, but Pack slaps Young, and this leads to a brawl in the ring. Bischoff's there looking arrogant and says that Pack and Young can have a match right now. A completely pointless match. Pack goes for the Bronco Buster but misses, and Eric Young then wins with a power driver. At the time, the fans were up in arms that Hall and Pack were getting so much screen time. Then the Army come out and line up along the ramp for Kurt Angle's entrance. Anderson and Angle are involved in a blood feud after Anderson stole Angle's dog tag, which was given to him by a soldier. Angle cuts an amazing promo about US soldiers and how Anderson has been disrespecting them. You can truly feel the hatred. Anderson starts running his mouth backstage, but then Kurt tracks him down and beats him down to the ring. Anderson hits Kurt with the dog tag and gets the advantage, and then he tries to leave the ring, but he's blocked by Army members. Kurt then throws him over the top time and time again, as Army members all beat down on Anderson. The crowd are going nuts for this, they're all eating it up and enjoying it. It's great seeing Anderson get his comeuppance. Angle then hits an Angle slam and celebrates with the Army like a true American hero. Backstage, Bubba the Love Sponge is kissing Hogan's ass. Then they're interrupted by Earl Hebner. Hebner was fired by TNA a couple of months earlier after confessing to screwing Bret at Montreal and also screwing Kurt in a recent match. It's nice to see an on-screen cameo from Earl Hebner, especially for WWE fans checking out the product. Hogan has Hebner promise he will stop the main event if it gets too violent. This is also a small shot at WWE, you'll see why later. They then promote the Motor City Machine Guns vs Generation Me, aka the Young Bucks, at Destination X pay-per-view, which is going to be an amazing match. It's a shame none of them have appeared on the show tonight though. Abyss vs AJ is also happening for the world title, and this is pretty much its only promotion. Wow, that Angle segment was fire though, I do have to say. I think TNA is winning the fight tonight. Let's check out Raw. The Game makes his way to the ring to confront Sheamus. They replay the kick that Sheamus did to Triple H last week. The Game gets on the mic and he starts to scare Sheamus. He makes a good argument, saying that wrestlers who've beaten Triple H have really gone to the next level in star power, but those who have lost to him have had their careers destroyed. Wow, Triple H acknowledging that he buries wrestlers. A good promo from Triple H, Stone Cold being on the show. TNA promoted absolutely nothing and barely promoted their own pay-per-view. And the numbers are in, and Raw did a 3.4, this is down from 3.6 the previous week. TNA did a 0.98, down from 1.5. Oh, so surprise, surprise, not promoting your show has paid off for you then, TNA. Next week could be interesting. Raw has announced some big matches and TNA put on a great show this week, so maybe word of mouth will help grab some extra viewers for TNA. And that's it for week 2 of TNA. Tune in next week for the 3rd episode of the WWE v TNA Monday Night Wars. If you don't agree with what I've said in this video, no offence, but make sure you subscribe. I'll see you next time.